Project, and welcome to week 11. Your dreams, they're yours. We have been talking about all kinds of hindrances. We've been talking about all kinds of insecurities and fears and not necessarily negative things, but just things that we really have to overcome. And the whole point of the Genesis Project is to steer you in a direction, give you tools, open your eyes, remove the scales to certain things that actually are keeping you from fully living. And so something that is inside of us, there are dreams and there are passions and they are our talents and they are the things that we are good at. Yet most of the time, so many of us no longer know what our dreams are. We no longer know what our passions are. We don't know what those things are anymore. And so we let life go by and we exist day to day. And we know that we were made for more. We know that there probably is more, but 1, we're too afraid. 2, we're too messy. 3, we're unwilling to take the risk. 4, it just doesn't seem possible. 5, we're lazy. And there's probably other ones. Those are just all the ones that came off the top of my head. So your dreams, part of this project was to unlock them and to realize that they are yours and they are yours to own. They are yours to live. They are yours to influence those around you, because you were created to influence people. You were created to change the world, not to sit back and watch other people do it and hope that other people might take you with them in your dreams, and hope that you might be able to ride the coattails of another individual because you're too scared to do it yourself. And so it's time to step out. It's time to stop talking about all of the issues. We've been talking about them for 11 weeks now. And for some of you, they are the exact same ones that they were week 1. So you either dealt with them or you didn't, and you still need to deal with them, or you know them, but you just keep living in them, or you're letting them creep back in and you're just believing the lies. And if you're not believing truth, then you're living in bondage. And you're still shackled, you're still chained to this chair of this prison cell that you're in, but actually the chains aren't really locked to your wrists, and the door is actually open and there's not even a lock on it. But you're still sitting there as if you are chained and you are locked in. It's just a choice merely that's being made to live in those things, to choose those things, to feel bad about those things. And so I really want to encourage you this week. What are your dreams? What are your passions? Why aren't you doing them? Are there people that you are jealous of in their own successes? Are there people that you actually resent or you're envious of because they are actually successful, or they're doing the things that you want to do and you get to sit back and say, well, I could do it better? Hey, go do it better. Go and do it better. Be that person of absolute excellence that works hard, that works diligently, that stays committed to what it is that you know that you're supposed to do, so that others can sit back and they can watch, but that they can also be influenced by it, and it motivates them to step up and rise and to do something greater with their lives. Your life is a testimony. Your life is your story to the world. And so often we live not living our stories, not sharing our stories, and people miss out. And so you were created to inspire people. You were created to motivate people. You were created to be an influencer, but now you have to choose it. Rise up, move on. Don't let the lies of life, the things that you think, the patterns that you live in, step outside of them. Just stop doing them. Like, just stop. And do what you know that you were made to do. No more excuses. Be stronger than your excuses. Be stronger than the things that you used to do. We've been battling for weeks now. Weeks. And some of you guys have given up on the project and you've just totally moved on and said, this thing is not for me. And you might have come back to this week and you're watching this and you're going, oh my gosh. So go back to step one and keep moving. My mom said something to me today that was very, very, very profound. And she said, when I used to watch you play soccer in college, the stands were usually kind of far away. And so when you look down, everybody you all kind of looked the same. But she said, but when you started to move, you didn't look like anybody else. And she said it was, I would play and I would play and I would play. But then there was this other gear that I would go into. And she said, you'd hunker your shoulders down. Your shoulders would kind of suck into their sockets. Your elbows would kind of go out. And you'd go a little bit faster. And you'd go into this other gear. And the thing that stuck out to me the most was when I moved the way that I was made to move, and at the highest level that I could move at, or the most potential, or I'm just thinking fullness in this way. When I moved, I set myself apart and I didn't look like anybody else. And I went to a whole other level. And so I want to challenge you. What is your next level? What is the next place for you to go to, and put your head down and sink down in and put your pedal to the metal and go and do life, and go and do your dreams, and go and live your passions, and go and influence the world, and go and change the people's lives around you. You don't need to go to some third world nation to change the world. Like, you can change your workplace, you can change your sphere of society, you can change your community, you can change your family, you can change your neighborhood, you can change your coworkers. You can't change them, but you changing and you living to your full potential, you influence and you change the lives of those around you, and you never know who you inspire. So if you constantly walk into a room and you constantly talk about how tired you are and how hard your day was and how hard life is and how frustrated you are, you're not changing anybody. So rise above your circumstance. If you're tired, who cares? You got up and you're breathing today. You're breathing. You get to live. You have food. You have water. You got out of a really comfortable bed in a warm home, and you drove your car to work, and you packed a lunch. Like, we don't have a lot of things that we can complain about. But so often we get caught in the what I don't have's, what would be better, and it's wah, 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 wah. And that, my friend, is not helping anybody, including yourself. So, step up. Make a choice to dream your dreams, to live your dreams. Stop waiting around. Stop being too afraid to risk something and just do it. Trusting, okay, that it is going to be scary, but it's going to be so worth it. Things worth doing seldom come easy. And if they were easy, everybody would be doing them. So, week 11, go do stuff. Like, go do stuff. Really, go do stuff. Don't believe the lies. Walk in truth. Influence those around you. Inspire and motivate those around you because of who you are and because of you are choosing to be every single day. Choose joy over a grumpy attitude. Choose peace over being super chaotic in what you're doing. Even if it is chaotic, choose to be peaceful. Choose to be kind rather than rude. Choose to be patient rather than impatient. Choose to be merciful instead of unmerciful. Choose to be compassionate instead of not compassionate. I don't know if there's a word for that. I think there is, but you know what I'm saying. Make the right choices. Keep doing it. Work hard this week. Finish strong. One more week. But this journey is your life. Like, this is your life, your whole life. So start doing it. All right? You can. I know you can. I believe in you. I know that you can. I just want to grab your faces and be like, do you know that you can do this? Do you know who you are? If you need that, just you can stop by the gym and I'll hold your face and I'll just tell you who you are. I'll remind you who you are. And if you don't want to do that, then find those people around you that love you and who will speak truth to you, who know who you are, and who will remind you of who you are. Not the Debbie Downers, not those ones. That's not who I'm talking about. Y'all know who I'm talking about. Find the life givers, okay?